Today is Ash Wednesday, which means it is officially 1 year, at least one church year, that I've been going to church as a witchy metaphysical gal and reading the Bible. And so I just wanted to share a few surprises that I have found and just some things that I have enjoyed over this last year. Number one is that not all churches and not all Christians are the same. There are so many different types of churches, so many different types of Christians, and unfortunately it's the really awful churches and the really awful Christians that seem to get the focus put on them, when in reality there are a ton of really amazing churches and really amazing followers of Jesus out there. Like, for instance, the church that I've been going to actually cares about the marginalized. They care to help and support and uplift the same people that Jesus himself would support and uplift. There's also churches that are much more open to kind of the more mystical and metaphysical things than others, my church being one of them. They seem okay with things, which is pretty cool. Kind of in the same vein, there's a prayer that one of the priests says, and in it he says, God, the Father and Mother of us all, which I really appreciate because that was the first time I've been to a Christian church where they refer to God not just in the masculine, but in the feminine as well, which I think is really beautiful and amazing, because God does not just fit into like our little human constructs. God is not just some man up there in the clouds. God is the full spectrum of everything and so much more than we can even imagine. But it's just really nice to hear the divine feminine being included. This year-long journey for me has not been easy. I've questioned a lot of things. I've learned a lot of things. A lot of things make more sense to me. A lot of things make no sense to me. I've grieved certain parts of myself and certain parts of my spiritual practice. But even through the heaviness of this year, I have had a great peace within me as well. And this great just kind of comfort in knowing that I am on the right path. And that is reassuring. Another cool thing is that my spiritual practice has pretty much always been kind of more centered on myself and my connection to the divine, to source energy, to God, to spirit energy, whatever. And obviously, I care about other people and things like that, but I'm feeling a shift within me, and my spiritual practice isn't so much more just about my connection and my spiritual journey. I'm feeling much more connected to others and like searching outward, just as much as I am inwards. And so that's been an interesting shift. It's also been very interesting, kind of figuring out which beliefs and which practices I have that just no longer seem to fit or no longer seem like they are needed anymore, versus which things still feel very much anchored in who I am and who I am becoming. I'm always going to be a mystical, metaphysical gal, but it has been interesting to see kind of this shift in my beliefs. I'm never going to be one of those that denounces, I used to be a witch, now I'm a Christian. No, there's a place for everything. And it's been interesting seeing where these different pieces fit and what I'm ready to let fall away and what I'm wanting to hold on to, and how that looks and feels, like what looks different, what looks the same kind of thing. It's been an interesting path. And I'm excited to continue on it and see what unfolds.